do a little bit different take on this. Everybody in the media has talked about this drink being thrown at Congressman Gaetz. Some people called it a Powerade. Some people, what was it initially? It was called.
Initially, it was supposed to have been a milkshake.
A milkshake, but you know, I mean, that sounds good in the headline. I guess Gaetz gets milkshakes. Wasn't a milkshake. Might have been Powerade, but we're going to take a closer look, Jim and I, and let you guys decide for yourselves, and we'll walk you guys through this.
This video came to us with permission from InWeekly, a local publication out of Pensacola, and so we got permission from the publisher Rick Outson. This footage was captured by Jeremy Morrison, who was working for InWeekly that day, so we thank them for allowing us to use that and discuss this riveting DrinkGate case. Here we go. We got Congressman Gaetz coming out. Yay! I love First Amendments. Yay! And here it comes. A red drink. There is a straw. There's liquid coming out. It hits his left arm, but he somehow turns and, like Kane in Kung Fu, dodges most of the splashing.
You don't see it here because the video cuts off, but apparently it splashed pretty heavily on his shirt, and he was forced to wear that shirt. He had another campaign appearance, or another appearance with his Won't Back Down tour that same day in Defuniak Springs.
The protesters saying, hey, hey, ho, ho, Matt Gaetz has got to go. The police officer doesn't seem to know what the heck's going on. He's what? And there's a slow-mo, and then, okay, he's like, oh, wait. Policeman's like, oh, what? Okay, Congressman. And Matt Gaetz is like, well, hey, come on, cop, help me out. Cop goes over, and so, yeah, they point over, and they're pointing in the direction, but apparently nobody in that direction was a suspect. They later on arrest a suspect in the parking lot nearby on Scott Street. Not really sure how she got from there to over to where the parking lot was so quickly.
There's some sense that she might have walked around behind the building through a grassy area behind the brouhaha and then cut across to the parking lot where she was detained by police a short time later.
I mean, he comes out, positive Matt Gaetz shaking his fist, hey, and then, he probably didn't expect to get some drink. Now, what do you think that is, Jim? What kind of drink is that? I mean,
it's gone from being a milkshake, which obviously the color, I don't know that I would drink a milkshake that color at all, but it's gone from being that to being a sports drink. But, I'm not so certain, judging from the style of the lid on the cup there, that it might be some sort of slushy or something. It looks like it's got one of those lids that that let you fill the cup beyond the rim, and that's a hallmark of the slushy. So
it could be. I mean, it was June. It was hot. I mean, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, whoever threw that. Now our suspect Amanda. And how do you pronounce her last name, Jim?
Kondrachev, I believe.
She was arrested and she has been released. What's the status of her case right now, Jim?
Yeah, she pleaded guilty pleaded not guilty earlier this year. Then on August 1st, she changed that plea to guilty. That plea change came 4 days before the case was scheduled to go to trial on August 5th. Since that change of plea, there's been a pre-sentence investigation going on, and part of that pre-sentencing investigation, or part of what paperwork and proceedings have gone on between now and then, is between then and now is the filing of the victim impact statement by Congressman Gaetz.